And that is helpful, especially if, because, another challenge that us guys do that we're so wired differently is we want to solve problems. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if you're at your max, but you just want to talk about it, we're instantly trying to solve your problems, and then it can almost be rejected. But actually taking the time at some point and being like, okay, I actually would like you to help me solve this problem.
Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Hello, honey.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How about you? That was very okay. Normally we're like, welcome back.
We're
so
live.
excited.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I've been seeing you all night and this morning.
Every day, pretty much.
It's good to see you again.
For a quarter century.
Yeah. Actually, our anniversary is coming up.
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting me?
Oh, and I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. But the question is, did you get me anything?
Well, we'll find out, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, which I'm really excited about.
By the way, do you have any
I don't have any jokes.
cornbread jokes?
See, I don't.
Do you have any cornbread jokes?
Of course not.
I do, but they're a little corny.
Yes, they are. I always know Greg's going to do jokes because he gets his button ready before we get started. You hit the button.
Hey, what did the dressing say to the turkey?
I have no clue.
You ain't seen stuffing yet.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay, but you're starting really early because Thanksgiving's a month away, so we're going to have now 5 weeks of...
But, by the time this comes out, it'll be pretty close. People will appreciate it, I think.
don't know.
I think people do appreciate the humor, hon, just so you know. All right. Today, one thing I thought we could talk about that I think is a topic everybody wants to hear.
Gosh, we're twinning today. Look at our hats.
Oh, yeah, our little Hawaii hats, right?
Kind of makes me think about it. I'm sitting here in a sweatshirt, and it's kind of sweatshirt material outside. Yeah. It feels a little brisk outside. Yeah. It is fall, but thinking about those Hawaii days.
Yeah. So here we are. We are consistently talking about parenting tips, wins, how we navigate situations, seasons. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't even know how many. We have a couple hundred episodes now at this point. But I think it's good to every once in a while, in particular for relatability, to let's just talk a little about what are some of our greatest parenting struggles, right? Because the reality is, and we've said this before, but for all the parents out there, we really hope that this podcast is an encouragement to them. And because this is one of the most, if not the most important job in the planet. And so
Absolutely.
It is no joke. It is a real life honor and battle and fight in order to raise champion kids in a challenging, crazy world, right? Yeah. With a lot of things that we have to navigate. A lot of things for me personally, I get pretty frustrated that there's so many things I have to navigate that to me are common sense that I shouldn't have to navigate around. But it is, we live in a fallen world. And here we are. We are in a war, whether we want to admit it or not.
Right. Totally.
We can't just sit in a corner and pretend like we're not in one.
So true.
But we're in a war for our marriages. We're in a war for our kids' futures and connection with them. We're in a war for our faith.
For our family.
We're in a war for our finances. Mm-hmm. Like we really are. And that's why it's so important to navigate, and to have strategies and to be a community that actually can lean on each other and be encouraged by each other and learn from each other. And but I did want to just ask you, because the reality is anybody who knows you will think that you have everything perfectly together. Like that's a fact. And that's because of how you you are very emotionally intelligent. So you can be struggling with things, but you are enough of a servant to, when you're around other people, you put emphasis on how can you serve them despite what you're going through. So because of that, it doesn't really seem like you're ever overly upset about something or you're going through hard things,
Sure.
But I know you do.
Right.
I know we all do. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you face when it comes to, the parenting journey?
There's been a number of them through the years, and they've changed a lot through the years. I would say one that's been consistent, and maybe moms can deal with or understand this a little bit, I should say, is the whole idea of mom guilt is a real thing.
That's a fact.
I think we've talked about it many episodes ago, but moms and dads are operated completely different.
Yeah.
And there's a reason behind that. I mean, God created it specifically. Not that either one loved their kids more or less. That's not the point, but they show it differently. They kind of compartmentalize it differently. I like to explain to moms all the time, like, once you're a mom, you are always a mom. Like, it never leaves you. If you go to the gym, you're still a mom. If you go away from your kids for the weekend, you're still a mom. Like, no matter where you are still a mom. And kids constantly rely on their mom. Not that they don't with their dad, but typically, just an example for us, Greg and I will go, let's just say, to do a business weekend or something like that. Normally they'll update Greg, dad, like maybe once or twice on how their sports are doing, or a big football game Drews is watching or something like that. But like, my phone's
Dad,
blown.
the Packers won. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That's
from
my
Drews.
update.
Yeah. But my phone's blowing up with feelings or missing me. And when they really say missing, they're missing a conversation they need, or maybe something happened where, didn't go like they planned. So they just got to express it, or one of their siblings hurt their feelings, or whatever. My phone's blowing up nonstop. And you feel like you're not doing enough sometimes, as a mom. Or, I remember literally being on the treadmill. This is probably like 5 years ago or something like that, maybe more at this point. And Greg was at home, probably in his office working, totally available if a kid needed something, but done in his office because they were old enough not to need you to be in the same room with them 24/7. And I would get a phone call mid-sprint on the treadmill asking me about a math question or if they can have a snack. And I'm going as fast as I can trying to get my miles in. And I'm like answering the phone thinking it's an emergency. I'm like, where's your dad? Oh, he's downstairs, I don't know, on his computer. Could you go ask him? And it's like, but you're always, I remember literally taking a shower and the kids putting homework up against the glass window. Mom, what's the answer to number 6? I'm showering. Where's your dad? And it's like the running joke, but like, you are always available to your kids. So the whole point of the whole thing is that I think moms can sit there and compare themselves a lot. They can feel like they're not doing enough. When they say, no, I need to do something for myself, you feel guilty about that. When you say, hey, can you just not interrupt me unless it's like an emergency when I'm at the gym? Please don't contact me. Please don't, and you feel bad for telling your kid that. Normally you'll go to the gym, you're able to turn your phone off for an hour and a half and enjoy yourself, knowing that obviously if there's an emergency, you're going to answer it, but you're not really going to focus if it's not. You're going to get your time in to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And I think women feel like we're not allowed to. And if we do, then we're being selfish. We don't care enough about our kids. We didn't do enough for them. And I don't know that anybody tells us that, but it's this guilt that we have. So I've dealt with that through the years, not feeling like I've done enough, not only with my kids, my husband, or friendships or whatever.
So interesting though how you're packaging this, because you're right. We are wired differently. And I think most guys, especially high achieving guys, which is who we primarily, are working with consistently.
Yeah.
I would say every one of us has a legit superpower in being able to compartmentalize. Like we really do. I really do believe what you're saying, that it's a wiring thing. It's like a design of us. It's not just a choice we make. It's kind of like a way God made us. That we're able to do things like, for instance, I can go to the gym and turn my phone off for an hour and a half and play basketball or do whatever. And I don't feel guilty. I don't really worry,
Wow.
I don't. Now, it would be different if I knew there was no access to you at all. I would make sure that I probably would prep them and be like, you know, if there's something important, I'm going to expect it. You know, if I get a phone call in this time because I need some time, then I'm going to expect it's an emergency. And if it's not, we're going to deal with this when I get home. Like, and I wouldn't feel bad about saying that.
saying, hey, give me my time.
But then on the other side, with you and the way that you're wired and the way that you are so endearing and such a protector and such a provider of all of their emotional needs and everything else, like you're naturally so wired that way that I don't even know how you can do what I just said. You know what I
don't
mean?
know.
I mean, you'd have to almost like get to a tough level that you probably never really want to get to.
When you wouldn't enjoy.
That you wouldn't enjoy because it's not really who you are. And so, yeah, it's an interesting thing because I know in the past sometimes when it's been really intense, you know, and it's been really wearing you out, typically how we handle it is I have to step in and I have to have conversation with the kids and be like, you guys have to give mom her hour when she's in the gym.
Right.
You have to. Like, if not, you're going to answer to me.
Right.
Kind of a thing. So that way you don't have to do that.
Right.
And I have to tell them, you have to reach out to me. And this is like the rule, or seriously, like we're going to deal with this kind of thing. And maybe I need to do that again, probably at some point here, because I know that you're probably at a point lately where you're not even able to get your workouts in and do what you want. So,
and some of that's me not communicating probably well with you. The other part is, you know, in the past when we've done this, typically you're like, again, I'll keep my phone on then, hun, like, because we typically don't go to the gym at the same time. We kind of operate in different hours of that. And so you're like, I will take care of it all. If they have, and what's funny though is, of course, you're there for any emergency, but like they figure it out.
Oh, I don't get a call.
Right. They always figure it out. Right? Like,
remember that one video I sent you recently? And it was like this kid, the dad's on the couch watching football or something. And the kid walks down the stairs and sees that, you know, dad's down there and mom's not. And he's like, oh, hey, dad. And he starts going upstairs. He's like, what'd you need? He's like, oh, I'll go ask mom. You know, and they're like, no, but I'm right here. What did you need? No, it's no problem, dad. I'll go ask mom. No, but seriously, you're standing here, so why don't you just ask me? She's like, I don't want to bother you. I want to ask mom. And finally, it's like after 5 times of doing this, finally the kid says, can I go play this game? He's like, no. The dad says, the kid just walks away like this because he wanted to get a yes from mom.
Sure.
You know? So anyway,
yeah,
it was hilarious because I'm just like, oh yeah, that's why the kids don't call me a lot of times because typically, first of all, I'll be a little annoyed that you just called me during I'm playing basketball. And you know you're not supposed to unless it's an emergency. So now the answer is like 90% of the time no before you even have. So they don't even bother. So anyways,
I see that. Yeah. So I think that's probably one thing that I've dealt with, and I think.
So what's the solution? Because you're not the only one. There's
right, and well, I mean, some of it is I know sometimes I not say yes to things like that, like the example you say, but I overcommit too much sometimes and not commit to myself enough. You know what I mean? Like I'll overcommit enough play dates for the kids, or you know, especially when they were younger. You know what I mean? Or overcommit them, you know, being allowed to go XYZ when it really stresses me out when I shouldn't have said yes to that, and they could have stayed home for that hour versus me not getting my hour in. You know, I think too, another thing was maybe not discussing it with like you or the kids as they got older. Like, hey, this is how it makes me feel when you call me like this. I don't get time. Like my kids are old enough now that I can explain it to them. Like when you do that, I don't feel like you guys care about the little time I need. I don't ask for a lot. I feel like I'm always available. Can we get all the questions out before I leave? I try, especially for me, one of the differences Greg and I do is I'm over-communicative.
Communicative.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Thanks. No coffee yet today. I over-communicate with the kids my schedule and their schedule for the day, whether it's whatever the day looks like. So I feel like I'm very good at telling them I want to go work out around this time. Do you know what I mean? And so I should have been better. Like, so let's get everything out now. So unless it really is an emergency, you don't need to contact me. You know, normally when Greg has them for the day or is working with them, it's kind of like last minute. Always like, hey, we're going to go do this, guys. Drop everything. Let's go do this. You know, because you're just more of that personality and stuff like that. So, and it works for you because, again, majority of the time, you're not doing the same thing I do for the kids all the time. But I think that's probably one thing is I don't Communicating. Gosh, it's the word today. I'm going to stop using it. And another thing too is probably, like you said, not coming to you a little bit and being like, hey, I'm at my max. I feel like I've been doing XYZ for a very long time, and I don't know when I have time for myself right now. And it's starting to, make me feel like I'm not at my best.
And that is helpful, especially if, because, another challenge that us guys do, that we're so wired differently, is we want to solve problems. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if you're at your max, but you just want to talk about it, we're honestly trying to solve your problems, and then it can almost be rejected. But actually taking the time at some point and being like, okay, I actually would like you to help me solve this problem.
Right.
And we've done that before. I think we're kind of doing it right now again.
Right.
We're the reality is I'm 100% on board with you committing to yourself more, because if you're running on fumes, then you're not the best you can be in all the other capacities you need to be in, and you need that. You need your morning time with
always.
a do not disturb sign on the door.
Yep,
right,
always.
and the kids back it up. You need your workout in. It's a way that you reset everything about yourself. And there's just a couple things like that, and you really are like a different person when you just have a couple of those things consistently. So setting up what does replenish you for you, I just mentioned those two things are probably
and I
big.
just wanted to say too, when our kids were younger, for us personally, and we've talked about this, we had full-time helpers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to think like in the
do
past.
Full-time helpers. We do schedules.
Yes.
When they were younger, it was really important. Nap times that they don't have a choice.
Yeah,
if they
we were really strict.
If they're not going to sleep, they're going to be in bed quietly reading.
Yes.
So
we were
we get
really
a break.
strict on that because, Greg couldn't just give up all his time to be with the kids.
Got work to do. And,
right. And vice versa. I mean, I couldn't expect that of you. But my point being is we did have help. And so I always encourage people, like all the time. Like, I think one of the best things we did was discuss what it looked like for us to have that kind of schedule and that kind of help.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue this on another one.
All right.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.